Hello YouTube, D-Deckin here, and brace yourselves, because the Toy Rebellion Pick-A-Gift campaign has just opened fire on Duel Links, and the shots can be heard around the world. Okay, so that's like an American history joke that I'm assuming most people who play Duel Links won't understand. And I'm also assuming most people in general won't understand that joke. Hello! Yes, if you haven't caught on already, Duel Links for the month of February is having a themed-based Pick-A-Gift campaign, and so instead of like Valentine's, because they totally could have gotten away with calling this having this be a Valentine Pick-A-Gift, a Valentine's theme-based Pick-A-Gift, but apparently we already have like Blair Flanagan already for that. And maybe they'll have an event for it coming up, but I just find it hilarious that, like, the theme, I don't think Duel Links ever actually had, like, a specific theme behind what cards they introduce. Like a lot of the time, it's usually support, like, one archetype or another, or even some rehashed cards, but in this case, it's an actual archetype that they're pushing out, and that's wild and crazy. But before I get into that, what is the Pick-A-Gift campaign? Well, every day when you log in, you get to choose between one of three items. You pick one to keep, and the other two are discarded. You don't get them. The idea behind this event is for you to pick the items you think are best for you. Some are great, some are meh, but that is for you to decide. And that, of course, is the Pick-A-Gift campaign. Now, just getting this out of the way really quickly, the format, of course, is lined up the dual crystals all in a straight row, trying to make it all neat and tidy. And they did this 2 Pick-A-Gifts ago, so chances are they're going back to alternating between this Pick-A-Gift we're going to have dual crystals, next Pick-A-Gift we're not going to have dual crystals, which I kind of prefer. Like, dual crystals for me, they just pile up. I both forget to use them, and I don't always want extra experience. I don't always want to use an extra card in the duels. Like, a lot of the time I just auto duel my duels, so I don't know. It's not really a big importance to me, but they are useful. There's just, I don't have a high priority use for them. Any case, so yes, back to the theme this time around. We get the toy archetype. Now, I did a little research, not a whole lot of research, but the toy archetype is used by 2 characters in particular. Yugimoto in Yu-Gi-Oh! R, the manga. But the cards featured in this Pick-A-Gift are used by a certain character in the GX anime, named Jean Louis Bonaparte, I think it was? Bonaparte, yes. And his entire deck was basically, like, 2 monsters and a couple support spells. So, does that mean we're not getting Jean Bonaparte as a character in Duel Links? Oh, shucks darn. I just love Jean Bonaparte because okay, so that's another bad joke. Basically, my memory of Jean in the anime is, like, he just kind of showed up one day. Like, he was just kind of there. He was somewhat important, and he kind of did stuff, apparently. Like, I just remember him being there and just, like, he did stuff. Like he dueled with Pegasus against... No, he dueled with Crawler against Pegasus. And that's about it. Like, I don't remember him as a character at all. So, so I guess archetype as a Pick-A-Gift is... I'm very lukewarm, but as I sat there and think about it, I kind of find it hilarious. Like, I really do. But one thing that does irritate me, and the last Pick-A-Gift that had this format got away with it because is Day 4. Day 4, comparing 50 gems to a rare card. Okay, it's a super rare card. Fine, it's a super rare card that... Like, okay, so they did that last Pick-A-Gift with Cyber Angel Edaton, which is a fine comparison, but I don't know. Like, yes, I get their super rare cards, whatever. I don't know why they're super rare cards. So, what is this archetype? So, this archetype is you summon Toy Soldier. Toy Soldier summons your other Toy Soldiers in attack position. And then you use this brand new card called Crowning the Emperor to summon Toy Emperor. And to summon the Toy Emperor on your... Oh, gosh. Did I accidentally hit the... Oh, I accidentally hit the button. Darn it. To summon the Toy Emperor to your field, and you win? I guess? I get the point of the archetype? Like... So Crown and Emperor are new to Duel Links, but before that, we just had Toy Soldier, and Toy Soldier didn't really... So to make full use of Toy Soldier, which if you can, good luck. But the idea of him is you need to protect him somehow in one turn. Either you normal summon him and you have like a D prison, or you have like... Or you have an Econ, or you have like a Windstorm at the ready. You have to protect him. Or you could use like Half Shut, or you use... Oh gosh, Impenetrable Attack. You use some way to protect this guy from battle, and then your next standby phase goes around and you get another Toy Soldier. Problem is, that Toy Soldier is summoned in attack position, which means you can't change its battle position, which means you're locked into one monster absolutely in attack position, and the other monster is kind of just there. And that's kind of what you do. That's kind of the archetype, until now. Which before, that would only really benefit you if you wanted to summon like a level 7, or like have an extra monster for like a level 6. Like you have Toy Soldier, it poops out a new Toy Soldier, which you then sack into like, I guess, a Monarch or whatever you want to do. Which is fine, but now we actually have 2 new support cards, and like talking about them very simply is Crowning the Emperor. Crowning the Emperor simply says tribute a Toy Soldier, special summon Toy Emperor from your hand or deck. And the important thing to note about this is this looks like one of the more newer cards that is specifically listing hand or deck. In other words, having the Toy Emperor in your hand or your deck does not matter, will not hinder this card. So if you dead draw it, or you only have or you only want to run one copy of Toy Emperor, which why wouldn't you? Then you can easily, and if you dead draw it, it's fine. You use this card and you can get it out easy. It won't take up your normal summon. That's awesome. But that said, what is Toy Emperor? Well, Toy Emperor basically is a level 6 Earth Machine with 2300 attack that basically says, when the thing destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can add 1 trap card from your deck to your hand. Now, once again, this also looks to be a new card, because if you look here, it says specifically, destroy monster by battle. Now, a lot of the older monster cards will specifically say, destroy monster by battle, and send it to the graveyard. Or, it'll have that sort of effect. In this scenario, Toy Emperor can destroy a monster, and if it gets banished because of whatever its effect is, or if it goes back into the deck or whatever, you get the effect, in other words. And that's the important thing to note about Emperor, is that it's not restricted to you destroy a monster and send it to the graveyard, because that can be hindering in some cases. Or if Pendulum, God forbid, if Pendulum ever comes into Duel Links and you destroy a Pendulum monster and it goes back to the issue deck, you'll get Toy Emperor's search effect, which its search effect is you search a trap card and you add to your deck to your hand, which, oh gosh. So Duel Links is a trap heavy game. Everyone wants to use traps, and the only time like you don't want to use traps is Treacherous Trap Hole, which is still a trap. But in other words, this card could technically be used in a deck if you can use it. Now, it is 2300 attack points, but it's also a level 6, which means you sack 1 monster to get out, or you use the Crowning the Emperor. You use the Crown of the Emperor card. So I was kind of sitting there like, how do you do this? How do you make a deck that works like this? And so the first thing I thought of, and again, I've already mentioned this, you summon Toy Soldier, you somehow protect it. Like, the quick play spell Half Shut, which half the attack of a monster, but makes it indestructible by battle. Cool. You set Toy Soldier, you set Half Shut, your opponent attacks into your Toy Soldier, it flips up, you flip your Half Shut, you protect, and keep in mind, Toy Soldier has 300 defense. So you have Toy Soldier's attack in the damage step, and it protects it from battle. Cool. Next standby phase, it's already in defense mode, doesn't need to be in attack mode. It specifically says, does not need to be in attack mode. You summon your Toy Soldier from your deck, Crown the Emperor, bam, you got your ace monster out in the field. Awesome. What else? So that's one thing I thought of. Another thing I thought of is perhaps Scrap Recycler. Scrap Recycler is a level 3 Earth Machine that says when this card is normal or special summoned, you can send a machine type monster from your deck to graveyard. Not bad. So what you do is you Scrap Recycler, you send a Toy Soldier, and then you use either Iron Calling. It's a normal spell card that you get out of the Ancient Gear Structure deck, which lets you revive a level 4 or lower machine type from your grave to the field, but it's destroyed during the end phase. You do that, and then you do Crown of the Empire, and then bam, you get your ace monster. Or of course, you do the obvious method of powerful rebirth. Get your Toy Soldier back, and then you tribute for your Toy Emperor, or you crown the Emperor, and then you get it back. Awesome. And then, of course, you have a double Cyclone target. Also awesome. But then again, crowning the Emperor is also a double Cyclone target if you know how to play that right. So I guess a parallel twister target? Or, heck, Brionac target. Sure, yes. Let's run synchros. Some of your... Yes, synchros. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Why is this a thing? Yes, you summon Scrap Recycler. You send Toy Soldier. You activate Iron Calling. You bring Toy Soldier back. You summon that level 3 the Tuner Synchro monster. You activate Crown of the Emperor. You summon your Toy Emperor onto the field. You sync your level 3 Tuner into the level 3 Scrap Recycler. You summon Brionac. You discard the only remaining card in your hand. You get back powerful... Gosh, no. Okay, I said that wrong, but that's not the point. Okay, so if you haven't realized already, I'm having a lot of fun like trying to figure out how to make this archetype work. Oh, okay. So first of all, just from that sentence alone, you'll kind of need a lot of spell cards in order to do that. So you can always use the spell specialist skill, which is a Yamayugi skill, which is whenever so if you have 5 or more different spell cards in your deck, if you have five or more spell cards in your deck with different names, you have a higher chance of opening a spell card in your opening hand. Which is not bad, considering there's a lot of different things you can do. But, then there's the Ace Monster himself, Toy Emperor. Now, before I continue, Toy Emperor is being compared to 50 gems, and again, the point of Pick a Gift is for you to pick the options you think are best for you. And let it also be known that these cards are probably going to be available in a card ticket in the future. Or maybe come back up in a future event. Any case, so Toy Emperor, his effect requires you to destroy a monster by battle. And he only has 2,300 attack points. So there isn't a whole lot you can do. I lied, there's a lot you can do, but... So first of all, there's always my favorite equipped spell card, Gravity Blaster, which is you equip it to a machine-type monster, you can permanently boost its attack by 400, and when it attacks a monster, when you attack a monster, its effect are negated. So if you attack a Man-Eater Bug, Man-Eater Bug's effect are a lot. Man-Eater Bug's effect flips up, it doesn't get its effect though, which, first thing I'm thinking of is Subterror. How terrible, but you summon... So on the assumption that they don't already have the trap card at the ready and the monster to banish your monster, assuming that they don't have that set up, they just have the monsters lined up, you summon your Toy Emperor, you equip it with Gravity Blaster. Gravity Blaster boosts it up to a permanent 2,700, which is what I love about Gravity Blaster. Jeez. One investment, 2,700 attack points. Not bad. You run over the Subterror monster, they don't get their flip effect, and you just keep going. That's one investment will give you 27, 2 investments will give you 31, and 31 can easily run over... That can easily run over an Ancient Gear... Oh gosh, why am I blanking on the name? The Ancient Gear monster that spams itself from Gear Town. Yes, that monster. It easily runs over that without Ancient Gear Castle. Now, 3 investments, however, will get you a 3,500 attack point monster, which in 3 turns, a 35 attack point monster, that's crazy. But then there's his effect. How do you get its trap searching effect off every single turn? Well, obviously you don't want to deal with a 3,700 attack point monster, but let's say your opponent lets you go through and then your opponent just Skribos. Fine. But how do you get its search effect? Well, first thing I'm thinking of is Chaz has a skill that summons Odama tokens to your opponent's field, and that's another thing. You can destroy tokens, and you can get the effect off. So you summon tokens. So you use this skill to summon tokens to your field. You attack with it, and then you use its effect to... Oh gosh, I just thought of this. You use this effect, search a trap card, and then you activate, Dust Tornado, of all things. And I believe Dust Tornado says set a... Oh gosh, Dust Tornado said set a card from your hand to the field, or set a spell card. I forget. But, so needless to say, I'm thinking of a whole bunch of different ways to play this really bad deck. I think I read somewhere online that someone recommended maybe use this for farming, and maybe, but this looks like a deck that you can actually just, you can do a lot of stupid things. It won't be great. It's probably not going to be competitive, but it'd be, if anything, it'd be funny. It'd be hilarious to just make it work. But what do you think? Can you think of any sort of like crazy random combinations, or was my stupid Brionac Power of the Guardians, not Power of the Brionac Powerful Rebirth Gravity Blaster play kind of too wild? Let me know in the comments, and hope you enjoy your night.